This is a video based upon trigonometric identities. So, some proofs based upon trigonometric identities. Before starting, we need to know the identities. What are the identities? Sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Then divide this one both sides by sin square theta. If I divide both sides by sin square theta, so what do I get it out? 1 plus cotangent square theta equals to cosecant square theta. So the second identity is cosecant square theta minus cotangent square theta equals to 1. Next time, instead of dividing with sin square theta, what am I going to do it out? I am going to divide with cos square theta. I am going to divide both sides with cos square theta. So in that case, I get tan square theta plus 1 equals to secant square theta. So what is my second identity? Secant square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1. So we get three identities. Remember, what are those three identities? The first identity is sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Then you can consider secant square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1, and cosecant square theta minus cotangent square theta equals to 1. From here, I can write secant square theta equals to 1 plus tan square theta, and from here I can write cosecant square theta equals to 1 plus cot square theta. So basically we have 1, 2 and 3 identities. Using these 3 identities, we can solve many questions. So let's try to solve it out. The first one, show that tan x plus cot x equals to secant x times cosecant x. Tan x is sin x upon cos x. Cot x is cos x upon sin x. Then I take the common denominator, multiply both. It becomes sin x times cos x. Cross multiplication. Sin x times sin x is sin square x. Cos x times cos x is cos square x. Just now we learned sin square x plus cos square x is 1. 1 upon sin x cos x. So separate it into two fractions, 1 upon sin x times 1 upon cos x. So which becomes cosecant x times secant x. That's going to be the answer. Now the next one, sin x plus cos x times cot x should be proved as cosecant x times cos x upon sin x. So the common denominator is going to be sin x. Then cross multiplication, sin square x plus cos square x. What is sin square x plus cos square x? 1. 1 upon sin x is nothing but what? Cosecant x. Coming to part C, cosecant x minus sin x equals to cot x or cos x times cotangent x. Cosecant x is 1 upon sin x minus sin x. So the common denominator is sin x. So it becomes 1 minus sin square x. What is 1 minus sin square x? Is cos square x. Now this cos square x can be split as cos x times cos x divided by sin x. Cos upon sin is cotangent x times cos x. Part D, secant x times cosecant x minus cot x. Secant x is 1 upon cos x, cosecant x is 1 upon sin x, cot x is cos x upon sin x. So the common denominator is cos x times sin x. 1 minus 1 more cos x is missing, so multiply and divide with cos x. So it becomes 1 minus cos square x, and we have to prove this as tan x. What is 1 minus cos square x? Is sin square x divided by cos x times sin x. 1 cos sin x cancels. Sin by cos is nothing but what? Tan x. Coming to second question, prove the following identities. 1 plus secant x times cosecant x minus cot x equals to tan x. So we have to prove this one. 1 plus, every time convert into sin and cos, that is the easiest method. 1 plus 1 upon sin x cos x, 1 upon sin x minus cotangent is cos x upon sin x. Take the common denominator in the first bracket, it becomes cos x. 1 plus cos x, common denominator in the second bracket, sin x, 1 minus cos x. A plus b times a minus b is a square minus b square times cos x times sin x. 1 minus cos square x is sin square x divided by cos x times sin x. 1 sin x gets cancels, sin by cos is left over, which is tan x. Coming to part B, prove that 1 plus secant x times 1 minus cos x equals to sin x times tan x. So 1 plus cos x, secant x is 1 upon cos x, 1 minus cos x. Common denominator, it becomes cos x, 1 plus cos x times 1 minus cos x. 1 plus cos x times 1 minus cos x is 1 minus cos square x divided by cos x. 1 minus cos square x is sin square x divided by cos x. Sin square x can be written as sin x times sin x divided by cos x. Sin x upon cos x is tan x. So I get it out, sin x times tan x. Coming to part C, tan square x minus secant square x plus 2 should be equals to cosecant square x minus cot square x. So I take the left hand side, tan square x minus secant square x plus 2. Take minus common, it becomes secant square x minus tan square x plus 2, which is minus 1 plus 2, which is 1. Coming to right hand side is directly identity, cosecant square x minus cot square x, which is 1. So therefore left hand side equals to right hand side. Part D, cot x plus tan x times cot x minus tan x equals to cosecant square x minus secant square x. So cot x plus tan x minus cot x minus tan x. This is in the form of a plus b times a minus b. This is a square minus b square. Now cot square x is nothing but what? Cosecant square x minus 1. Tan square x is nothing but what? Secant square x minus 1. So expand it out, cosecant square x minus 1 minus secant square x plus 1. 1 and 1 gets cancelled, so I am left over with cosecant square x minus secant square x. Coming to the third question, prove the following identities. 1 upon tan x plus cot x equals to sin x times cos x. So 1 upon, so first of all what I'll do separately tan x plus cot x value. Tan x is sin x upon cos x and cot x is cos x upon sin x. Then I take the common denominator, which is sin x times cos x. Cross multiplication, sin square x plus cos square x, which is 1 upon sin x upon 1 upon sin x times cos x. So what do I require? 1 upon tan x plus cot x, which is 1 upon sin x cos x, which is going to be sin x cos x. That's going to be the answer. Part B, prove that sin square x plus cos square x upon cos square x equals to secant square x. So separate sin square x upon cos square x as one fraction, cos square x upon cos square x as one fraction. So it becomes sin square x upon cos square x plus cos square x upon cos square x, which is tan square x up plus 1. We know tan square x plus 1 identity is secant square x. Part C, sin square x cos x plus cos cube x divided by sin x equals to cot x. We have to prove that this equals to cot x. So what am I going to do? From the left hand side, take cos x common. When I take cos x common, so what I will be able to get it out? sin square x plus cos square x divided by sin x. Now sin square x plus cos square x is 1. So what am I left over with? Cos x upon sin x, which is nothing but what? Cot x. Now coming to part D. 1 minus cos square x upon secant square x minus 1 equals to 1 minus sin square x. 1 minus cos square x upon secant square x. Secant square x can be written as 1 minus 1 upon cos square x minus 1. So what does that becomes now? 1 minus cos square x. Common denominator in the denominator is cos square x. Then it is 1 minus cos square x. We can see that 1 minus cos square x, 1 minus cos square x gets cancelled. This cos square x goes to the numerator. So it becomes cos square x. Cos square x can be written as 1 minus sin square x. That's going to be the answer. Part E, 1 plus tan square x divided by tan x equals to secant x cosecant x. 1 plus tan square x is secant square x divided by tan x. Tan x is sin x upon cos x. Secant square x is 1 upon cos square x. This is a fraction. When I bring it to the numerator, it becomes cos x upon sin x. Then 1 cos x gets cancelled. What am I left over with? 1 upon cos x times 1 upon sin x. What is 1 upon cos x? Secant x. What is 1 upon sin x? Cosecant x. Part F, sin x upon 1 minus cos square x equals to cosecant x. This is the easiest one. Sin x upon 1 minus cos square x is sin square x. 1 sin x gets cancelled. So 1 upon sin x. What is 1 upon sin x? Cosecant x. Part G, sin x times tan square x divided by 1 plus tan square x equals to sin cube x. So sin x, tan x is nothing but what? Sin square x upon cos square x. 1 plus tan square x is secant square x. So this is sin cube x divided by cos square x. Secant square x is 1 upon cos square x. Then cos square x gets cancelled. What is that? Sin cube x. 1 minus secant square x divided by 1 minus cosecant square x. 1 minus secant square x has to be proved as tan power 4x. So 1 minus secant square x divided by 1 minus cosecant square x. We can use the identity. Rather than that, what am I doing? 1 minus 1 upon cos square x divided by 1 minus 1 upon sin square x. Take the common denominator in the numerator. It becomes cos square x minus 1 divided by, take the common denominator in the denominator, sin square x minus 1. Now it becomes cos square x minus 1 divided by cos square x times sin square x divided by sin square x minus 1. So take minus common, it becomes minus 1 minus cos square x divided by cos square x times sin square x divided by minus common 1 minus sin square x. Now minus minus cancels. 1 minus cos square x is sin square x divided by cos square x times 1 minus sin square x is cos square x. Sin square x divided by cos square x. So which is tan square x times tan square x, which is going to be tan power 4x. Now coming to I, 1 plus sin x divided by 1 minus sin x equals to tan x plus secant x whole square. So 1 plus sin x divided by 1 minus sin x. Do the rationalization, multiply and divide with 1 plus sin x. Then what does it becomes? 1 plus sin x whole square divided by 1 minus sine square x. What is 1 minus sine square x? 1 minus sine square x is cos square x. Take square common. 1 plus sine x divided by cos x whole square. So bifurcate 1 upon cos x plus sin x upon cos x whole square. So which is secant x plus tan x whole square. Coming to the last one, j cos x times cot x divided by cos x plus cot x equals to secant x minus tan x. So first convert everything into sine and cos, then automatically you may be getting an idea. Cos x times cot x is cos x upon sin x divided by cos x plus cos x upon sin x. What is the common denominator in the numerator? It is sin x times cos square x divided by cos x times sin x times cos x plus cos x divided by sin x. Now we can see sin x cancels. So what am I left over with? Cos x cos square x divided by cos x sin x plus cos x. I take one cos x common, cos square x divided by cos x common, so it becomes sin x plus 1. 1 cos x gets cancelled. So what am I left over with? Cos x by 1 plus sin x. Then what am I going to do? Multiply and divide with 1 minus sin x. So it becomes cos x times 1 minus sin x divided by 1 minus sin square x. What is 1 minus sin square x? Cos square x. So it becomes cos x times 1 plus sin x divided by cos square x. 1 minus sin x. Then 1 cos x cancels. So what am I left over with? 1 minus sin x upon cos x. So which is 1 upon cos x minus sin x upon cos x, which is secant x minus tan x. That's going to be the answer. That's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye.